me see your fucking hands now! Let me see your fucking hands! Hey! Come on! Fuck!
Houston, Texas, Saturday, the 11th of November 2023. The afternoon heat rises off the asphalt of Southwest Freeway US 59, shimmering above the endless stream of traffic. Inside their patrol cruiser, West Side Patrol Division officers monitor vehicle data scrolling across their onboard computer. One alert flashes red. Confirmed stolen vehicle, gray sedan, heading eastbound. Officer Jay Gibson and his partner lock eyes. That's ours. Let's move. They merge into the fast lane, weaving through weekend congestion. The gray sedan appears ahead erratic lane changes, weaving through traffic at dangerous speed. Lights ignite. Sirens pierce the noise. Houston PD, pull the vehicle over now. Instead, the driver, a 19-year-old male, slams the accelerator. The chase explodes down the freeway. Traffic scatters as vehicles veer aside. Horns blare, engines roar. The stolen sedan rockets past mile markers, sparks flying as it scrapes a median. Over radio chatter, dispatch relays. Suspect vehicle heading inbound on 59 South, speed over 100, requesting backup units and air support. Gibson stays focused, calling every move. Control, suspect weaving through lanes, stand by for pit opportunity, but the highway is too crowded. A safe intervention is impossible. Moments later, the suspect swerves, loses traction, and collides with multiple vehicles. Metal screeches, glass shatters, smoke billows. The sedan spins sideways, grinding to a halt in the middle lanes at 5,201 Southwest Freeway, disabled but not defeated. Gibson slams his brakes, exiting his cruiser with weapon drawn. The air is thick with smoke, sirens, and the smell of burnt rubber. Hands up, out of the vehicle, show me your hands. But inside the wrecked car, the suspect isn't surrendering. He's reloading. Gibson advances cautiously toward the crashed sedan, his Bodycam recording every step. The windshield is spiderwebbed, airbags deflated. The driver slumped low but moving. Get out of the car now. No reply then, sudden muzzle flashes. Gunfire erupts from inside the vehicle. The first bullet hits Gibson's leg, dropping him instantly behind his door for cover. He grits his teeth, radioing through pain. Shots fired, officer down, Southwest Freeway, need units and EMS now. Traffic halts in chaos. Civilians duck behind their cars as more shots crack through the air. A nearby citizen, a middle-aged man caught in the pileup, rushes forward, dragging Gibson by his vest toward the shoulder. Another responding officer sprints in, returning suppressive fire. Together, they pull Gibson behind a concrete divider. You're hit. Stay with me. He's still firing. Keep your head down. Gibson, bleeding from his leg, insists. Don't worry about me. Just stop him. The suspect keeps shooting from the disabled sedan, the sound echoing between overpasses. Shell casings clink against pavement. As more patrol units converge, officers spread out, using vehicles as shields. Smoke from the crash mixes with gunpowder haze. Then the shooting pauses. A voice shouts, "Driver, drop the gun. Put your hands where I can see them." For a heartbeat, there's silence. Then the driver's door opens. The suspect stumbles out, limping, still clutching a handgun. He
the gun. Get on the
ignores
ground now. Show me your
commands,
hands.
scanning wildly for another escape. Officers shout over one another. Drop it now. Hands up. Don't do it. Instead, he darts toward a nearby vehicle, stopped in traffic, a stunned civilian still inside. He yanks at the handle, trying to pull the door open, gun in hand. Officers move in, shouting, "Get away from the car, drop the weapon." He fires once toward the line of officers. That single decision seals his fate. A controlled volley of gunfire answers him. The suspect spins, stumbles, and yet keeps moving, still gripping his weapon. He collapses near a second car, then props himself up against the fender, fumbling for a magazine. He's reloading. The realization ripples through the team. Another burst of gunfire rings out, precise, disciplined, ending the threat. Dust settles. The suspect lies motionless beside the median, his firearm beside him. Officers advance tactically, shields raised, clearing each vehicle along the way. When it's safe, they move in, kicking the weapon away and rolling him over to check for vitals. Paramedics are already staging nearby. They rush in under cover to begin CPR and advanced aid. The wounded officer, Jay Gibson, continues receiving treatment from his fellow officer behind the barrier tourniquet applied. Pressure held. His face is pale but calm. "You're gonna be okay, Gibson. Hold tight. Tell my wife I'm fine," he mutters through clenched teeth. Minutes feel like hours. By 6 p.m., the freeway becomes a frozen crime scene, lanes closed for nearly a mile. Dozens of HPD cruisers, ambulances, and forensic vans fill the roadway. The suspect, a 19-year-old male, is pronounced deceased after transport to Ben Taub General Hospital. Beside his body, investigators recover a semi-automatic handgun, multiple spent magazines, and shell casings scattered near the crashed sedan. Officer Gibson is transported to Memorial Hermann, Texas Medical Center, treated for a gunshot wound to the leg, and listed in stable condition. He never fired his duty weapon. HPD chief issues an evening statement. Earlier today, a suspect opened fire on one of our West Side patrol officers after fleeing in a stolen vehicle. Our officer was struck but survived, thanks to the bravery of another officer and a civilian who pulled him to safety. The suspect was subsequently shot after refusing to drop his weapon and continuing to fire. No other citizens were injured. The Houston Police Department Special Investigations Unit, the Internal Affairs Division, and the Harris County District Attorney's Office each open concurrent investigations standard for any officer-involved shooting. Dashcam footage confirms every stage. The chase, the crash, the gunfire, and the suspect's final stand. Experts note the discipline under fire coordinated commands, controlled responses, and immediate life-saving aid rendered to both suspect and officer. For Houston's officers, it's another stark reminder that routine calls can turn into combat in seconds. Gibson's recovery becomes a rallying point in the department. Colleagues visit him in the hospital. His patrol boots sit by the bedside, bloodstained but intact. Weeks later, during a press briefing, Gibson addresses reporters briefly. "I'm grateful to be alive. The men and women beside me did everything right. I'll be back out there soon." The camera pans across his crutches, then lingers on the thin white bandage below his knee, the visible scar of a split-second encounter that could have ended very differently. As the investigation concludes, the official summary reads, "On the 11th of November 2023, West Side Patrol officers attempted a traffic stop on a stolen vehicle. The suspect fled, crashed, and opened fire, striking an officer. After continued gunfire and refusal to comply, officers discharged their weapons, striking the suspect. The suspect was pronounced deceased. Officer J. Gibson remains hospitalized in stable condition. By nightfall, the freeway reopens. Commuters pass unaware that hours earlier it was the site of a running gun battle. The blackened skid marks and shattered glass are swept away, but for those who witnessed it, the echo of each shot, the chaos, and the courage remain burned into memory.